Sri Utpal Rajkua, Registrar Vigilance, Guwahati High Court, to kindly escort Honorable the Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court to the dais. Sri Noyan Shankar Borua, Registrar Administration, Guwahati High Court, is requested to kindly escort Honorable Mr. Justice Lanu Sankum Jamir, Judge in Charge, Administration Department, Guwahati High Court, to the dais. To commence the program, we will initiate with the lighting of the ceremonial lamp. May I request Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, former Chief Justice of India, Honorable Chief Justice of the Gauhati High Court Vijay Bishnoi, and Honorable Mr. Justice Lanu Sankum Jamir to honor us by lighting the ceremonial lamp. I would also like to request Sri Minal Kumar Chaudhary, President Gauhati High Court Bar Association, and Sri Mohin Chandra Deka, President Gauhati High Court Advocates Association, to proceed for the lighting of the ceremonial lamp, escorted by Srimati Mitali Kotoki and Srimati Bhaswati Goswami. Members of the registry, Srimati Mayashri Mohanto and Srimati Urmi Hazarika, will assist the honorable guests during the ceremony. Meanwhile, I would like to make a humble request all the esteemed guests to kindly keep their mobile phones in silent mode throughout the event. Srimati Mitali Kotoki and Bhaswati Goswami will escort Sri Minal Kumar Chaudhary and Sri Mohin Chandra Deka to their seats. The aura of this ceremonial lamp lighting will be enhanced by the solemn rendition of the Saraswati Vandana. I request Srimati Jayashree Bora, Joint Registrar Vigilance, Gauhati High Court, to kindly present before us her light classical performance. Justice to do the honors of felicitating Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi. Honorable the Chief Justice will be assisted by Srimati Ditimoni Gogoi, Srimati Konkona Bora, and Srimati Vidisha Gogoi. Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi will be felicitated with a Kulam Gamusa, a bouquet, an airy shawl, and a book titled The Divine Feminine, Ma Kamakhya, the Bleeding Goddess, authored by Mala Borua. Also, we have a portrait of His Lordship himself, sketched by an young architect, Sri Pragyan Kranti Kolita. It may be mentioned here that Sri Kolita is an MTech from IIT Kharagpur and he is currently serving the Directorate of Museums, Assam. wife of Honorable the Chief Justice, Gauhati High Court, to do the honors of felicitating Madam Rupanjali Gogoi, wife of Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, with the assistance of Srimati Mitali Kotoki and Srimati Urmi Hazarika. Chandana Sinha Roy, wife of Honorable Mr. Justice Rishikesh Roy, Judge, Supreme Court of India. Srimati Bhaswati Goswami and Srimati Mayashri Mohanto are requested to lend the necessary assistance. Vijay Vishnoi, the Chief Justice of the Guwahati High Court, to present his welcome address.
Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, former Chief Justice of India and son of the soil of Assam. Madam Srimati Gupta, Principal Secretary, Finance, Director General of Police and former DGP and all other distinguished administrators and the police personnel. We feel gratified that you all are with us to commemorate the event. I am also grateful to the high officials of the State Bank of India that they are here with us in even their cooperation in terms of providing ATM and banking services in the premises of the High Court have been a great help for us.
It's not simple. It's my pleasure to invite Dr. Pooja Sinha, Joint Registrar Recruitment, Guwahati High Court, to offer insight into the life and accomplishments of Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi.
Namaskar. Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi of Hon'ble was born in Dibrugarh into a very illustrious family. His Lordship's grandmother, late Padma Kumari Gauhati, was the first female legislator, and his Lordship's father, late Keshav Chandra Gogoi, was a former Chief Minister of Assam. His Lordship's mother, late Shanti Gogoi, was a prominent social activist and founder of NGO named Socio-Educational Welfare Association, SEWA, which aimed at helping the marginalized communities of Assam. The NGO, as on date, continues to function in diverse ways. An alumni of St. Stephen's College and Campus Law Center, University of Delhi, his Lordship began his practice as an advocate in the year 1978. His Lordship practiced in the Guwahati High Court on constitutional, taxation, and company matters for more than 2 decades. His Lordship was elevated as a judge of the Honorable Guwahati High Court and appointed as permanent judge on 28 February 2001. His Lordship was appointed as the Chief Justice of Punjab and Haryana High Court on 12th of February 2011 and was elevated to the Supreme Court on 23rd April 2012. His Lordship adorned the covetous chair as the 46th Chief Justice of India on 3rd of October 2018, achieved a name in the pages of history as the first Chief Justice from the state of Assam. His Lordship demitted office on 17th of October 2019, having delivered many path-breaking judgments. An epitome of exemplary courage and always steadfast and inspiring, His Lordship was nominated as a member of Rajya Sabha by His Excellency, the then President of India, Shri Ramnath Kovind, and His Lordship is currently an independent member of Rajya Sabha, not affiliated to any political party. His Lordship has created a scholarship fund out of the salary and allowances received from Rajya Sabha. Till date, over 40 numbers of students, both from Assam and other states, have been awarded scholarship of different amounts ranging from Rs 40,000 to 75,000 per annum. His Lordship has many legal articles to his credit and has even penned an autobiography, Justice for the Judge, an autobiography, leaving imprints on the sense of the judicial landscape for the young minds to emulate and tread. His Lordship was awarded the degree of Doctor of Laws, honoris causa, by the Punjab University in its 70th convocation held in May 2023. His Lordship's life history is being made a part of the oral history project of the Prime Minister's Museum and Library at Teen Murti campus, New Delhi. Now, may I request Honorable Mr. Justice Ranjan Gogoi, former Chief Justice of India, to enlighten me on this category.
Mrs. Bishnoi, Justice Jamil, Honorable Judges of the Guwahati High Court with their spouses, former Chief Justice Goswami, Mrs. Goswami, former judges of the Guwahati High Court, senior advocates and members of the bar, office bearers of the High Court Bar Association, the Bar Council of India, and the Bar Council of the Northeastern region, members of the Academia, the Chief Secretary, Mr. Ravi Kota, the Director General of Police, Mr. G.P. Singh, the Special DGP, Mr. Bhaskar Juti Mahanta, former DGP, members of the media, both print and electronic, my family members who are present, and of course, the last but not the least, my wife. A very good evening to all of you. This is to Chief Justice Bishnoi and his brother judges. Thank you for inviting me. Chief Justice, I have very fond memories. It's really homecoming for me. As a 14-year-old boy, way back in the year 1969, I had come to take admission in the then Cotton College in pre-university. This was the very hall, then known as the Union Hall, to which I had come and got my admission into college from school. And today, after 55 years, having retired good 5 years back, I am back to where it all began. Very fond memories. It is with a very mixed feeling of pride and nostalgia that I stand to address you on the topic of today's event that has been organized to commemorate the 76th establishment date of the Guwahati High Court. Forgive me. I want to make a correction to the topic. I have a very bad habit of correcting things at the last moment, and it has not gone. I want to change the topic, and I want to make it the role of the judiciary in the economic life of the nation. The emphasis is on the economic life of the nation, not a nation. And if anybody is to be faulted for this topic, it's me. I have given it. Foundation or establishment days of an institution transcends mere celebration. It is an occasion ripe with opportunities for introspection and renewal. For me, this institution, the Guwahati High Court, is not just a temple of justice. It is the place where I embarked on a significant journey of my life. The corridors of this court and the solemnity of its courtrooms hold a special place in my life. For it was here that I started my legal practice as an advocate and was later elevated to the bench. My journey in the Gauhati High Court was more than an opportunity to serve the cause of justice. It was a profound learning experience, a period of professional growth and personal introspection. Each case that came before me, each judgment that I had penned was a building block in my understanding of the law and, more importantly, in my understanding of justice. The complexities of the legal challenges unique to the northeastern region of our country, the diversity of its people, and the richness of its cultures all played a crucial role in shaping my judicial philosophy. Today, I wish to speak of a powerful force that binds us all: hope, H-O-P-E. Each court signifies a pillar of hope that exists in the heart of society. The hope is for justice. The judicial institutions around us are not merely constructed of bricks and mortars. Rather, they are corridors of hope. Every person that approaches the doors of our courts come with the hope that justice will be served. Thus, our courts narrate countless stories of hope. The moment hope falters in the heart of the common man, questioning whether this institution will stand by them, that is the moment we risk the essence of our establishment. There's a well-known adage that the judiciary is the least dangerous branch of the government, given its lack of control over the purse or the sword. However, I find myself only partially in agreement with this sentiment. While it is true that the judiciary does not wield the financial power or command the force, it would be a mistake to consider it least formidable among the government's three branches. Far from it, the judiciary stands as a bastion of hope for the common man. Lacking the might or resources to stand against well-established institutions or government organizations, the common man turns to the judiciary, looking to courts as avenues for justice. With the judiciary's support, an ordinary individual armed with the gavel and the constitution becomes as influential and empowered as these foundational symbols themselves. As a nation, we nurture the aspiration to grow more prosperous, both socially and economically. The flame of hope must never be extinguished. Even in the most advanced nations, there exists the perpetual desire for improvement. It falls upon the shoulders of the government organizations, particularly the judiciary, to answer this call, to be the beacon of hope that lights the way. It is here that I would like to say that the true measure of the judiciary's strength lies not in its resistance to executive control, nor in its material infrastructure, or its resilience against external forces seeking to undermine its integrity. Rather, its vitality and relevance are deeply intertwined with the weight that the citizens place upon it. The erosion of faith in the judiciary would signal a critical disconnect between the institution and those it is intended to serve. Erosion could be due to a perception of the judiciary's inaccessibility, delay, or worse, injustice, which can erode the foundational trust that binds the judiciary to the community. Therefore, the judiciary's legitimacy and authority are intrinsically linked to its ability to inspire belief in its processes and outcomes. To fortify this bond of trust, the judiciary must not only be effective, but be seen to be effective. It requires a proactive approach to understanding and addressing the concerns of the public, simplifying legal processes, and ensuring that justice is not only done, but it is also perceived to be done. Innovating ways to make the judicial system more approachable, adaptable, and responsive to the evolving needs of society are integral steps in preserving this trust. A robust democracy is sustained by the pillars of a strong judiciary, an entity that anchors its roots deeply in independence and impartiality. India, embracing this pivotal concept, has positioned its judiciary to serve as an essential balance against legislative and executive branches of government, ensuring that no single entity wields unchecked power. The judiciary's primary duty is the solemn and critical interpretation of the Constitution. A document, much like the nation it governs, is subject to the winds of change. As society evolves, new challenges and complex questions arise, necessitating that the Constitution adapts to contemporary realities while remaining true to its foundational principles. It is within this dynamic environment that the unique symbiosis between the Constitution and the judiciary manifests. The judiciary does not exist in status. It matures in conjunction with the Constitution, simultaneously guiding its progression. With each interpretative act, judges breathe life into the text of the law, allowing it to function as a living document that is relevant to the people it serves. In doing so, the judiciary aids in sculpting the nation's legal landscape, ensuring that it remains just and the evolution of the judiciary, therefore, is not a mere response to the changing times. It's an active process that shapes the very essence of the Constitution. As the guardian of the constitutional integrity, the judiciary has a profound responsibility to be both reflective and visionary. Reflective of the values and aspirations of the citizens, and visionary in foreseeing the needs of a progressive society. We find ourselves in an era where our societal fabric is intricately woven with threads of law, economics, environment, and technology. The decisions made by India's higher judiciary today reach far beyond the courtroom. They ripple through the very pulse of our nation's stability by interpreting and reinterpreting the Constitution with wisdom and foresight. The rule of law and reinforces the fabric of democracy. It ensures that the Constitution remains an enduring testament to the principles of justice, liberty, and equality, even as it evolves to address the trials of an ever-changing society. In this way, the judiciary is not merely an arbiter of laws, but an integral protagonist in the nation's narrative, guiding its journey through the annals of time to a more just and democratic future. And what could be a better testament to this evolution than the role of the judiciary in India's economic transition from socialism to liberalization? In the years following our independence, India embraced socialist ideals, aiming to create an egalitarian society through state-led economic policies. This was reflected in our laws and the judgments of our courts, which often prioritize the collective good, state control over resources, and the redistribution of wealth. That the judiciary operated, balancing the aspirations of a newly sovereign nation with the rights and liberties of its citizens. However, the winds of change began to sweep across our nation in the early 1990s. India stepped into a new era of liberalization, privatization, and globalization. These economic reforms transformed the landscape of our nation, sparked rapid growth, increased investment, and integration with the global economy. It fell upon the judiciary to navigate in these troubled waters, in this changing situation, ensuring stability, fairness, and adherence to the rule of law. The Supreme Court of India and various high courts had to assume a proactive role in interpreting the Constitution in a manner that fostered economic liberalization while upholding fundamental rights. Judgments of the court had to adjust the scales of justice, ensuring that while the market was allowed more freedom, the vulnerable did not suffer as a consequence. Its duty was to strike a balance ambitious enough to allow economic innovation to flourish, but prudent enough to mitigate its excesses. The shift from a controlled economy to a free market required the judiciary to redefine the scope of the state's dynamic economic language, sometimes criticized for its significant involvement, yet undeniably crucial in upholding the principles of equity and fairness. I would like to mention that appropriate and unbiased orders in criminal cases inspire public confidence in a vital area of governance, namely the life and liberty of the citizens.